Now let us look at the top 10 electric car countries. Starting from the bottom 10 to the number 1 position. The list is going to focus on countries with the highest electric cars on the road. How many electric cars on the road compared to other combustible cars? While China is the largest market for electric vehicle unit sales, but it does not have the highest share in plug-in electric cars in the market by a long shot. For example, if you are comparing China with Norway by population and the cars on the road, you should know that Norway has the highest number of electric cars on the road. Happy viewing. Please subscribe and write I subscribe in the comments section below. Number 10, Switzerland. Switzerland is on this list because even though the Swiss government does not offer any financial incentives for electric vehicle purchased for now, the people in Switzerland are really interested in preservation, less greenhouse gas emissions. They are more interested in their environment. As of April 2016, there have been over 12,000 electric vehicles registered. There are now more than 15,000 electric vehicles registered. World's market share figures are at 2.55%. Number 9, Austria. When it comes to electric vehicle acceptance by countries, Austria is definitely on the list. The number of plug-in vehicle sales in Austria went up by 22% in 2018. And since from there on the sales have up and never stops. And even though the most preferred electric cars in Austria are one of Germany's finest automobile company Volkswagen e-Golf, Austrians are far more committed than its neighbor in the race to become the world's leading electric car users. Recorded market share rose to 2.60%. Number 8, China. China is the world's most populous country on Earth. That's, to say the least. Because your country might just be a small neighborhood in China when compared by a population of 1.5 billion people. So awesome! If you see the kind of vehicle pollution coming out from China, you will so understand why China should also be on the list. China is pushing hard to increase the number of electric cars in the country, and this is why it holds the world's highest consumer of electric cars and of course the highest per unit sales in the world. With different to highest market share, as it ranked 6th on the list of countries with the highest share. According to the figures, they are doing exactly that. China managed to reach a market share of 4.20%. It wouldn't surprise us to see China take over many countries listed below in the next decade. Number 7. Finland. It's not also surprising that Finland wants to electrify its cars. It has high hopes for electrified future cars by 2030. The Finnish government has set an aim to have 250,000 electric plug-in cars. In October of 2016, there were a recorded 2,250 electric vehicles registered. Sales also surged to more than 864 electric vehicles in the first 3 quarters of 2016. You may not see a surge in sales, but you should also consider by a population that is quite enough to be on par with China in terms of the market share of 4.20%. Number 6. Portugal. You will be surprised to know that Portugal was among the first countries to looking at the future earlier than most countries today. Their ambitions started in 2009. Portugal worked with Renault and Nissan to create a nationwide charging network. And then, in 2010 they started offering financial incentives for the first 5,000 electric vehicles purchased. By the year 2014, the estimated number of vehicles sold was a measly 283. And in 2015, a total of 1,305 electric vehicles were sold. And in 2019, Portugal sold 1 plug-in car for every 20 cars sold nationwide. Their market share surged to 5.6% compared to only 3.6% in 2015. Number 5. Andorra. This quiet and small country Andorra is looking at the future with electric cars. So as of 2017, Andorra's market share has reached 5.6%. For such a small country, that means they are really serious about changing into the future with electric cars. The country also offers many incentives for current and future electric vehicles owners, including 1. Financial aid in purchasing an electric vehicle. 2. Authorizing to travel in bus lanes. 3. Discounted charging points. Number 4. Netherlands. The Netherlands is also committed to less hazardous gas emissions when it comes to electric vehicle ownership. They have recommitted themselves. even though they had their ups and downs at the inception, but now they are back on track. The country had a very strong market share in 2015 with 9.9%. It fell to 6.7% in 2016, 2.6% in 2017, and last year in 2018, it jumped back by almost 3 times higher to 6.5%. In December 2018, there were more than 121,542 electric cars registered in the country. That number accounts for 2,210 electric utility vans, and 21,115 electric light-duty cars. Future numbers are looking bright, with the number likely to surpass 7.00% by the end of 2019. Number 3. Sweden. Sweden did not let the trend set by Norway for being the world's friendly country for electric cars to go by, as such, by just being right next door to the number 1 most electric vehicle-friendly country in the world. Sweden made number 3 on this list as the country with a market share of 8.20%. As of December 2017, there were 50,304 plug-in vehicles registered. That number continues to grow to 12,623 pure electric cars and 1,676 electric utility vans. At the moment, the market share in Sweden is leaning toward plug-in hybrid vehicles by almost a higher percentage of 75%. Number 2. Iceland. Like its Scandinavian neighbor, this country has a very impressive 19.00% market share. For a country with less than 4,000 people, they seem to be very friendly towards electric cars and other hybrid cars. In the previous 2 years, the country had 2,990 plug-in vehicles registered, up 157% by 2019. If you're wondering how the country can have such a high jump in plug-in vehicle registrations, it's because the government has introduced tax incentives for people buying electric cars, and this has made a lot of people save more money compared to buying gas and diesel cars. This is what's made people buy electric vehicles. Number 1. Norway. Norway is leading the pack when it comes to market share. The government wants to transition to 100% electric cars by 2025. One of the major reasons it is way ahead in electric car sales is its government's commitment to zero emissions by 2025. No matter where you look, Norway is painted as a haven for electric vehicle ownership. Changed policies such as tax exemptions, toll exemptions, and other incentives have been extremely effective in promoting electric vehicle sales in Norway. The country also imposes large vehicle import duties and car registration taxes, good incentives, which all of these make Norway the third largest market for electric vehicles in the world, after China and the US.